So the A's next World Series loss would come in the year 1931, and in this series they lost to the St. Louis Cardinals in 7 games. And it's interesting because the Athletics were trying to go for their 3rd straight World Series. They had won the World Series in 1929 and 1930, and funny enough, in the 1930 World Series they defeated the St. Louis Cardinals. So there was a rematch, and it ended differently in this World Series. And despite outscoring the Cardinals 22-19 in the series. I mean, the A's put up a lot of runs in this series compared to the Cardinals. I mean, only 3 more, but still, it's still more. And they, couldn't win the series. And so, yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate for them. They almost had a three-peat, would have been a dynasty, and they had an amazing 107-win season. The Cardinals won 101 games in this season and 7 games. So there's a lot to unpack here. Let's get into Game 1. Lefty Grove won Game 1 for the Philadelphia Athletics. That's my correction. And it was 6-2 final score. And it was a very interesting Game 1 because the Athletics came out swinging, and the Cardinals did too. I mean, the Cardinals got 2 runs in the first inning, and then the Philadelphia Athletics got 3. In the 3rd inning, they got 4 runs, and so it was already 4-2. The Athletics got more insurance in the 7th inning with 2 runs, and they won the game 6-2. A lot of hits in this game. Lefty Grove pitched the whole game. He was phenomenal. 7 strikeouts. I mean, he did allow 2 runs, but for a full game, that's not bad at all. And the Athletics won. They had a really good game in this one from Al Simmons. He had 3 RBIs in this game, and Jimmy Fox as well had a really good game with 2 RBIs. So, those are great Hall of Famers right there. The Athletics had, in this series, Jimmy Fox, Hall of Famer, Lefty Grove, Al Simmons, Waite Hoyt, and the Cardinals had a number of Hall of Famers as well. So that was Game 1. The Athletics won it. In Game 2, however, St. Louis won 2-0 in St. Louis, and in this game, it was a really good game pitching-wise for Bill Hallahan for the Cardinals. He only allowed 3 hits and no runs in a full 9-inning game pitched. And, 8 strikeouts. The A's had Earnshaw, and they couldn't win it, though, for them. And the Cardinals had a really good game from George Watkins, who had 2 hits and a RBI from Jimmy Wilson. So, they won the game pretty easily, shutting out the Philadelphia Athletics. Now, in Game 3, St. Louis took a 2-1 series lead with the 5-2 victory over the Athletics in Philadelphia. Lefty Grove was on the mound again. He couldn't win the game. Burleigh Grimes got the win. He was also very prominent in the World Series before this one that the Cardinals lost. He got the win for the Athletics. They had a good game from Al Simmons. He had a homer in this game, and but they couldn't get the game done. It was 5-2, and the Cardinals came out swinging early, getting 4 of their 5 runs in the first 4 frames. So that was, pretty interesting. But the Athletics in Game 4 would tie the series up with a 3-0 shutout victory in Philadelphia. That was a very good game. So, 3-0 final score for the Athletics. George Earnshaw got the victory. And, it was a pretty good game, 3-0. I mean, it was also low scoring as well. The Athletics, they got the win. They tied up the series, so that was pretty, good for them. So in this one, it was definitely a good pitching performance for both teams, but more so for the Athletics as they got the victory. For the Cardinals, they couldn't get any runs to come. They had some hits, though. They only had 2 hits in the entire game, though. And it was a very good pitching performance from Earnshaw, only allowing 2 hits in 9 innings. That is absolutely unheard of nowadays, really. I mean, I guess besides, some rare occasions, but in the World Series, very much a good achievement. And the Athletics got the 3-0 victory. In Game 5, the Cardinals took the series lead once again with a 5-1 victory over the Athletics. This game was also in Philadelphia, and the Cardinals had a late scoring bonanza, and they won the game 5-1. They had 12 hits total. Waite Hoyt was the losing pitcher for the Athletics, and Bill Hallahan, who was 2-0 after this game in the series, won the game for St. Louis. And the Athletics had a really good game from Al Simmons, but they couldn't win it. And they had the Cardinals had Pepper Martin with 4 RBIs, and that was crazy. He had a homer. He had a really, really good game. And so, But in Game 6, the Athletics got a pretty sound 8-1 victory in Game 6 to push the game, the World Series to 7 games. And, this was also a really good game. The Athletics really took advantage in the 5th inning with 4 runs. And then the 7th inning, they also got 4 runs. So that totaled out to 8, and the Cardinals just got 1 victory. run in this series, in this game. So Lefty Grove got the victory for the Athletics once again. He was very good, and yeah. For the Cardinals, they used a lot of different pitchers. It clearly didn't work because they couldn't stop the platoon of the Athletics hitting squad that was just absolutely getting hits left and right, especially in those later frames. And yeah, a really good game for all around, mostly from Al Simmons. But in Game 7, unfortunately, the Athletics would lose to the Cardinals 4-2 and drop the World Series altogether. George Earnshaw got the loss. It was a pretty close game. St. Louis started out really good. The Athletics had a 2-run ninth-inning rally to cut their lead in half, but they couldn't get the game done, and they also out-hit the Cardinals, so statistically they did play better. Bing Miller for the Athletics got 3 hits. Dib Williams got 2 hits as well. But it's interesting, they had, 7 different hits, but that was only from like 4 different guys, which is interesting. The Cardinals, they won the game. They had a really good game from George Watkins, and he had a homer in this game off Earnshaw, and they clinched the World Series. So that's the 1931 World Series. The Athletics wouldn't lose another World Series for a while, so that was good for them. They wouldn't lose until 1988. So we'll talk about that in a separate video. That was 1931. The A's could not get to winning 3 World Series in a row, but yeah, that's it. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, peace out.